くぞジェノサイカッタ
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Forgo, and today we're going to see where King and Yuri rank on the tier list compared to all the other characters in the game. And before we get into this, just know that this is just my personal opinion of who the strongest characters are in PvE content. This is not PvP. This is PvE. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this list. And if you do have a difference of opinion, please put it down in the comments below. You know, share as to why you think a character belongs in a higher rank or a lower rank compared to other characters. So let's jump into it and let's discuss it. All right, so as you all can see, I have Yuri and King on top. So let me explain why I believe they belong in the top notches. So when it comes to Yuri, she's, going up against Geese and she's going against Marie. I feel like Yuri is just stronger. I feel like her damage output is better than these other two characters, at least from all the previews, the videos I've seen, from the screenshots that I've seen in Discord. I feel like Yuri's just stronger. And it does make sense, right? It does make sense as to why Yuri would be stronger than these characters. I mean, Yuri, whenever, you do her charge skill, she gets an increased target damage received by 30% when this thing is maxed out, right? She also gets the increased penetration by 1500. This is a big deal as far as how much damage she can actually output. Whenever you use your awaken skill, your charge skill is automatically maxed out. So she's going to get this increased target damage received by 30%. Instantly. And the other thing about this character is her survivability is actually better than Geese and Marie, at least in my humble opinion, because she does have a shield. Geese and Marie don't have a shield. Geese has a decreased damage received on his first skill, and Marie has a decreased damage received from her core effect, but they don't have a shield. And when you have a shield, you don't take any damage at all. As long as Yuri is above this 50% threshold on her HP, she's always going to have that shield on an every 15-second cooldown, right? The shield lasts for 7 seconds. Every other 8 seconds, she's going to have the shield. I just feel like her survivability is actually going to be better, and her damage output is actually better. The other thing about Yuri compared to the other characters is her leadership. Her leadership is insane. It's actually pretty funny what they've done with the green fighters, because SS Marie, her leadership actually increases balance type fighters, PG rate, and attack, which is pretty nice. And Geese's actually increases attack type fighters PG rate, which is nice. But Yuri's actually increases all the all-star fighters, all of the BS, all of the SS, all of the all-star fighters in the game, and the collaboration fighters. She buffs all of them. This is literally the best leadership in the game, and this is another reason that I put her on top above Geese and Marie. However, the caveat to Yuri is the fact her dot, right? She just applies burn, whereas Marie actually has starlight and Geese actually has shock and darkness damage. So those are advantages that the other characters have, but I feel overall in a kit, as far as the character is concerned, I feel like Yuri is the strongest and the best amongst all the green. And then we get into King. Now, some people are going to try to dispute this. They're going to say, well, maybe, King isn't as good as Keo. But here's the thing, guys. King, in my humble opinion, is the strongest characters. I mean, we've seen King do insanity. She scored over 2 billion on expert mode against Guild Raid. She has soloed Spider Robot completely by herself in a 30-second time span. I have never seen any other character in this game do that. I mean, if there's a video out there, let me know, but I've never seen any character score over 380,000 points in 30 seconds against Dungeon of Tribals. None of them. And it makes sense, when you look at King and you look at her, I mean, she's got this insanity leadership, the increased yellow fighter attack by 65%, right? She has the increased active skill damage dealt to enemies affected by darkness by 120%. I mean, she's got the 30% chance to deal additional damage equal to 700% of attack. I mean, these things make her OP. She can also reset her first and second skill, right? So she can do even more damage. And with this charge skill, whenever you do the awakened skill, just like Yuri, she's going to have the maximum charge effect applied. She gets the increased target damage received by 30%, right? But also, and she has the attack buff, but she also has the ignore target damage received by 30% from her core on top of in her skill, right? And she can, I mean, this is a PvP thing, but she also can remove a shield. The thing that isn't as good with King as it is, say, with someone like Kyo or Honoka is her survivability. You know, she's more of a glass cannon compared to those characters, but her damage output is better. I mean, Kyo, you know, he does have the immunity core, which does make his survivability better. He also relies on having Iorio on the team to do all that extra damage. Not to say that he isn't super strong. He is. He can reset his second skill, but he only can reset one skill, whereas King can reset 2 skill. This makes her better in that respect. It also makes her better because she doesn't rely on having any other striker to deal more damage from her core effect, like Kyo, right? And Honoka is, you know, right up there with Kyo as far as the damage, and her survivability is actually really good because of the DOA 6 collaboration core. But I just feel like King overall is just the better character. Her damage output is just better than these other yellow fighters, and I do think that she belongs in the top slot. I do think that she belongs there. Let me know in the comments if you guys disagree or agree with this. Now, we've also had some reworks here lately with Nameless and Ashe. Now, I haven't moved Ashe yet. As you guys can see, I got Ashe way down here in the, you know, A rank, in the A rankings, and I do believe that I'm going to be moving him up. He doesn't belong here anymore. This character actually belongs in a higher ranking because he does have a good leadership. He is way better than what he was before. He does have great survivability because of the heals, and he doesn't get interrupted near as much as he did. So I actually think I'll probably be slapping him up here, probably in either the S rank. I would say more than likely, probably an S rank, because I do think Jeanette and Elizabeth are still going to be better characters than him. I mean, Elizabeth does have the decreased damage received. She does have Starlight. She has a more relevant dot effect. And Jeanette is just tanky as hell. She doesn't die. She has a great leadership. She can apply the chill, which makes her really more better for the Immortal Typhon. But I mean, there's an argument to be made as far as whether Jeanette's actually better than Ashe. But Jeanette does have hyper armor. Ashe has immunity and super armor. It's kind of a toss of the coin as far as which one of these characters is better. And as far as Nameless, he's going to stay right where he's at. I mean, Nameless, I mean, yeah, his buffs are better, but he's not better than Eileen. And he's not better than Neo Tengu here. He's not better than these characters. So I do think that he still belongs where he's at in the rankings. So that concludes the tier list. Let me know in the comments if you all disagree or agree with this. And remember, this is just my personal opinion of where I believe these characters actually belong. If you think that Yuri and King don't belong in the top spots, please let me know in the comments as to why you think this is so. And I do wish you good luck on your pulls, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.